A political storm is brewing in Washington, D.C. On December 11, 2025, the House of Representatives faced a pivotal vote whether to advance articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. The Republican-led House blocked the measure, but the shock came from the numbers. 140 members voted to move forward. Nearly a third of the House, including moderates from swing districts, signaled a dramatic shift. Their votes reflected growing concern among constituents and a belief that inaction was riskier than challenging the president. This was not a fringe protest, it was a significant bloc forcing a national conversation. The vote marked a boiling point in the ongoing struggle between President Trump and Congress, fueled by fierce debates over spending, immigration, and presidential power. The White House condemned the move as a partisan witch hunt, while supporters called it a defense of the Constitution. The nation is now divided, with clear lines drawn. For some, this was a necessary step to protect democracy. For others, a dangerous escalation. Speaker Mike Johnson warned that if Democrats win the 2026 midterms, impeachment efforts will intensify. This vote was more than procedure. It was the opening salvo in a battle for America's political future. The stakes have never been higher. At the heart of the impeachment drive stands Congressman Al Green of Texas. Green drafted the articles and forced the House vote, insisting Congress has a constitutional duty to act. For months he stood nearly alone, warning that ignoring the president's behavior would set a dangerous precedent. Early in 2025, Green's resolutions found little support. Party leaders feared backlash and electoral risk. Even allies like Rep. Sir Shri Thanedar withdrew under pressure. But Green persisted, convinced history would judge an action harshly. His main charge: President Trump incited political violence and abused his office. Green cited the president's rhetoric, labeling opponents as traitors and criminals, as fueling real-world threats. He methodically documented these statements, drawing a line from words to violence. Over time, his persistence paid off. What began as a lonely crusade became a movement. The 140 votes proved Green's message resonated, uniting progressives and moderates. No longer a solitary voice, Green now leads a growing coalition demanding accountability. His efforts have reshaped the political landscape in Washington. Congressman Green's articles of impeachment accuse President Trump of abusing power by inciting violence. The charges focus on a pattern of dangerous rhetoric, calls to jail rivals, labeling officials as enemies, and, most shockingly, alleged calls for execution of members of Congress. Supporters argue these statements cross the line from political theater to direct threats against democracy. They see this as a descent into authoritarianism, not just hyperbole. While Green's articles focus on rhetoric, critics also point to alleged financial corruption and unauthorized